Welcome to Seltzer Squad, the podcast about staying sober in the city, with your hosts, Kate Sander and Jes Valentine.
Jes, what's another way listeners can support the pod?
You know, the best way that someone can support our podcast, besides from joining our Patreon, is to also treat themselves to sober treats, because we have a whole merch store.
From Princess FOMO to Former Hot Mess, we've got you guys covered. Check out seltzersquadshop.com to treat yourself to something sober
While supporting the pod.
Hey, Kate. So someone in our Facebook group made a joke saying that you never finish books. So I'm just curious, have you finished any books lately?
So I believe the last Audible ad was talking about Blackout. And no, I haven't finished that one. I often don't finish books, but I don't feel bad because I'm just listening. I'm currently listening to a book on emotional childhood neglect called Running on Empty. And if you guys sign up to audibletrial.com/seltzersquad, you can get your first month for free and listen to books haphazardly like we do.
The best part about listening to a book on Audible is it's kind of like a podcast. You can drop it at any time and pick it up anytime. So definitely use our promo code and get your first month free.
Hello, Jessica.
Hello, Katie. How are you?
I feel like our recording session was kind of surprise today, so I was looking forward to it all day. So I'm good.
That's good because we didn't have enough time to for it to be daunting.
For us to not want to do
always.
it. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm free tonight. That sounds great.
Yeah, I'm glad that worked out. And then I was working and then forgot about it because I was running late, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So Kate and I didn't really know what to discuss today because I feel like part of the reason why we find this podcast so daunting to record is because we feel like we've said it all and we can't think of new ideas.
But we also, guys, we're always open to podcast topic ideas. If you have any, please send them in. If you haven't heard us talk about something and you want to, if you care what we have to say on the particular subject matter, email us because we've been doing this a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got 169 episodes. Come on.
That's a lot.
How many ways can you talk about sobriety?
Yet it's still ever present. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, we've done icebreaker questions in the past and that kind of stuff. So today we're going to do, so this is what website is this? Soundrecoverycenters.com has a page that says 10 questions to ask yourself daily in addiction treatment. So I figured why not ask each other some of these questions. And I'm not going to lie. I went into this thinking we would do lighthearted questions, and this is the complete opposite. These are very heavy questions. So buckle in, buckle up.
Yeah, I'm buckled. Buckle up. I'm ready. Do you want to go first or do you want me to ask first? Should I ask in order or out of order?
No, let's do it in order so that since there's two of us. Okay. All right. So go for it.
All right. What did you do to strengthen your recovery today?
I would say this.
Oh, yeah. Good answer.
Recording the podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is strengthening our recovery.
Mm-hmm.
It's always checking in, makes us focus on our recovery or just, acknowledge our sobriety and recovery when we probably wouldn't have and think about it and challenge it.
Yeah, I don't remember. When was the last time somebody asked you about being in recovery? Besides this?
This is it.
Yeah, same.
I'm trying to think.
Not even
honestly,
Nance.
I can't tell you.
In a long time, anyway.
None. She has asked me in the past, but I'm dealing, I think because on the home front, there's other stuff going on because my partner drinks and stuff. But I feel like I haven't really had to think about my recovery or whatever in a while. That's kind of how I've been liking it lately. I don't like having to think about it. But yeah, I would say no one's really asked me. You?
No, I can't remember.
I mean, the closest thing I can think of is you went to that work after, happy hour and you had to mention that you don't drink. But other than that, no one's been inquiring about it to me. I don't know about you.
I agree.
Okay.
Am I supposed to answer too, or are we just each answering what?
Whatever, man. Whatever. I don't know.
I think the only thing I did today is that I slept. Like I got enough sleep.
This.
Yeah, and this.
Okay. What problem behaviors did I exhibit today? Or you or whatever.
I definitely was short with TJ, and it was like I was projecting some shit onto him because I was feeling stressed. So I took it out on him. That is full
problem
show.
Behaviors did I? I mean, I don't know if I exhibited any problem behaviors today. I don't think I had a chance to yet. I don't know. Maybe I
Day's not over.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe I vented about something in front of like a client, which I probably shouldn't have done that. That's not necessarily a problem behavior, but it's not the best behavior.
Right.
And when she left, I apologized. I'm like, oh, she was just chill. And we were just like talking, you know? So I was like, oh, sorry for venting. And she's like, no, it's totally fine. I'm glad you felt comfortable enough in front of me. Okay. You know?
All right.
But yeah, you never want to be that person trauma dumping or anything like that without consent. So
yeah, that's a good point.
How about you? Oh, you said you snapped TJ, which is, I feel like that's a very easy one to do when you're frustrated and stuff.
Yeah. Dump that off. Yeah. All right. Number 3. What could you improve upon from today? What could you improve from today?
Does that mean, let's see, basically if you're engaged in a problem behavior or experience yourself as less motivated, anything that you can improve or should be written down. If you write things down you can improve on, it gives you a great guide to a starting point.
I guess is there anything you want to do better that you did today?
Everything. I feel like, well, you know, what's funny is like, I wouldn't have thought of anything. And then I'm like, well, yeah, I could have like woken up early. I knew I needed to shower and I'm like, I'll shower tonight. Like I could have woken up early. I could have not rushed my morning. I could have like, I needed to like I have to drop stuff off at the UPS drop off, like returns. I could have done that. So basically just like not being lazy. I could have been a little more of a go-getter as far as that's concerned. But that's honestly, this is something every day. Like every day I should be like doing better as far as that is concerned. I don't know. Maybe I'll exercise tonight.
Ooh, wow.
I know.
Going for the gold.
But I mean, just jumping rope, not anything too fucking crazy. I heard that if you jump rope for 10 minutes a day, it's the same as running 30 minutes a day.
All right. Damn.
I have to go soon for my dress fitting, like final dress fitting. So I'm like, and I ended up getting a dress. I went from getting a fucking A-line dress to a mermaid, like a fucking form fitting thing. So I really dicked myself over as far as that's concerned. So I would like to not have a pouch, you know,
I feel you.
While wearing. So I'm counting calories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So maybe I will improve my lifestyle.
Jump some rope. Nice.
By jumping rope and giving myself time to do things that I need to do to take care of myself.
Yes.
How about you?
I would agree. I think while I said I slept to work on my recovery, I've definitely fallen into that bad habit again where I'm like staying up really late, not getting enough sleep. And today I woke up like, because it was Sunday, I let myself sleep in, and then I woke up and it was like fucking 12:30, and then I feel like a shitty person.
Me. I was very surprised.
Yeah, I feel like a shithead of a person because I'm like, oh, like I didn't do anything for myself. I mean, sleep is something, but like
it is.
It's like
your body needs
do anything for like myself, and same as you. Like I didn't take a shower, and I didn't any of the stuff I wanted, like proverbially want to do, I didn't do, but I did get sleep, so there is that.
It's kind of like a double-edged sword because it's like it feels great to feel rested, like well rested, and to get some sleep, and that's like self-care in itself. But then on the other end, you come out feeling like you wasted the day and unmotivated.
Yeah,
and
like
you're
why didn't I just fucking sleep at nighttime? Like, you know, go to bed.
Well, it's hard.
I know
it's not that easy. You read, I think, right?
No, I think you read this one.
Oh, okay. What did I learn about myself today?
I learned about myself today. I had fake therapy where we like both pretend to be the therapist and we have to record ourselves for school. So I get like some little mini insights out of my fake therapy session. And today I learned
that's cool.
I think I'm more confident than I've been previously about things in my life, and more level-headed about like what I need to do to go get them, versus before I think I would like emotionally spiral, and that would be the resistance, and I would let that would like knock me back down. And now I think I can like reason my way through that, and it's like, no, it's not necessarily true. Like, I know I can do this. I just need to like put forth the energy and the effort to do it. So I'm learning that I am really powerful. I just need to like act on it instead of like spiral out. What about you?
I guess this is like a way of making something small sound to something like worth answering. But basically, long story short, I did a tattoo. It was of Audrey Horne from Twin Peaks. And I was really happy with how it came out. And then I posted the photo, and it looked like her jaw was like really square. And someone even commented like that jawline, and I felt really shitty about myself. I lost sleep over it. I felt so bad. I felt so like I was really hard on myself because I was like, wow, I like thought it came out so good. How could I be so stupid? And I like emailed the girl. I was like, hey, I'm so sorry to do this, but when you heal, can you come in for a touch up? I see something that I'd like to fix. And she came in, and it was perfect. I just took the photo from a weird angle or something. So I gave her a touch up anyway, because I'm like, I still want to slim it out just because now it's in my head that it's fucked up. But the point is like, I guess I learned like, don't always second guess yourself, and that some things are not always the way that we perceive them. Because honestly, it was just the angle of the photos, how it wasn't, I didn't actually fuck anything up, and I was so hard on myself, and I let this troll get to me when, I don't know, I guess like, I don't know, I was happy. I was very proud of myself after. I'm like, I did do a good job. I did. So I guess just that, like, it's such a little thing. It's like, oh, I took a photo from the wrong angle. But then in the grand scheme of things, like, yeah, like it's all about, perception, and then like how I completely like let myself get down because of this fucking troll. And then in the end, it was for no reason. I stressed over nothing. But it was very gratifying to see her come in and it be like near perfect. So that was good.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
love that for you.
I know. Right?
All right. Did you set or accomplish any goals today? If not, what did you do today that brought you closer to your goals? That's tough because it's a Sunday, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I work on Sundays, so, but like my goals, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Goal setting is a critical part of addiction treatment. You should set a variety of goals, small and big. Goals help you by guiding you, giving you something to work towards. If you didn't complete a goal for the day, did you behave in a way that's aligned with your goal or goals? Have you set any goals today? This one's tricky. They're all hard.
I feel like I didn't like hit any goals today. I didn't meet any goals today, but I definitely feel like my behavior overall.
You did not.
Yeah, my behavior overall was on track with my goals of did school today. I'm gonna stay with doing this, so that is
you didn't drink.
I did not drink. Yeah.
I think little things. I have a hard
time with goals that aren't like financial or work related also, or like
that's understandable.
Like, I don't know. For me, it's like always money or work related.
I totally get what you're saying. Or they're like big goals, right? Like buying a house.
Yeah.
I don't know if this counts as a goal, but something that I like did today was I had a piece of mail come back because it was going to England, and I guess it didn't have enough postage on it, and it has been sitting on my kitchen table because I just didn't want to have to like sit down, rewrite the envelope out, get the new like stamps. And then I finally did that today. So that's a small goal.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, one day I'm going to resend that shit out. Now the bigger goal is getting clothes on and walking it to the fucking mailbox, but close enough. I'll take it. It's a small win.
Yeah.
I put the time aside and got that little thing done that had been like lingering over my head, which is such a stupid thing. And then I also am going to change the cat litter. That's also been bothering me, but it's all these things that are like, they literally take us 5 to 10 minutes,
I know.
But we will stress about them and avoid them and procrastinate for fucking days. So,
yep. Yeah.
I
have problems with that too. Like I try to like reset before I go to sleep. Like, I put like my coffee mug out and like set up the espresso machine, like make sure that everything's clean so that I have like a smooth morning, because I can waste time like the best of them at night, but in the morning it's like fucking go time. I got to get up, I got to get ready, I got to get it moving. I sleep until the last possible second, and then I'm usually in a rush or running late. And so I definitely try to set myself up. Like I've even been trying to like lay out clothes so that I don't have to think in the morning. I can just like
I used to do
move
that
through
when I was in
shit
high
and like
school.
get ready, get out the door, and like have a productive day. Because I don't know.
No.
I mean, I think you're the same way, that if I'm running late, which is kind of often, but like I fucking hate running late.
Stresses me out. It's
and then I'm
worst.
like scooting, and I'm like, I'm gonna get fucking hit by a car because I'm making bad decisions because I'm running late. So I've tried to like eliminate as much stress from my mornings so I can like get out the door, make sure my bag is packed, blah 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 blah.
100%. I don't know. Here's another like weird goal thing, I guess. Which you know this, I drink very, 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 very sugary coffee drinks. Like so much sugar, like diabetes in a cup. And I really want to get away from that. I feel like my caffeine intake has been like skyrocketing. My sleep is getting worse. But I ordered Dunkin' Donuts today, and I always order like 3 at a time, so I don't have to for the next couple days. And it went from like I would get a large, and then that would last me 2 days, and now it's just 1 a day. But long story short, they sent me the wrong order. It was somebody else's, and one of the drinks didn't have any like milk. It was just an iced coffee with like, a little bit of hazelnut in it. And so I like put a little more like, syrup in it, and then a little bit of milk. And I'm like, okay, this is my first step in getting away from the super, super, super sugary drinks. So that's my like little goal now good. Which I guess is kind of a big thing because caffeine can really fuck with you. So that's my new thing is I'm going to try to like eliminate some of like this sugar, because sugar is also like so fatty. Like, and because I'm counting my calories, one of my fucking PSLs is like half of my fucking caloric intake for the day.
Half your day. Yeah.
It really is. So that's like another small goal. And thank you, Dunkin' Donuts on Halsey Street, for fucking up my order, because I wouldn't have done it if I got my right order.
Congrats. That's a big deal.
Right?
As somebody who also has quit caffeine recently, that's a big deal. It's hard.
You quit caffeine?
Yeah, it was giving me the shakes. Like I was drinking caffeine, and like during the day I was getting like weird twitchy like muscle spasms and cramps in my feet. And one of my coworkers was like, maybe it's because you're drinking too much caffeine. And I'm like, I don't know, too much. Like I was having like, maybe I have like a double shot of espresso and a latte in the morning. And then sometimes I would have like an extra coffee at work, but very rarely. And I was like, how is this too much? And they were like, maybe it's just your body can't handle it anymore. So I switched to decaf espresso, or like.
Do you feel better?
Yeah, it hasn't happened since I switched. So that had to have been it. It's weird.
Yeah.
But it was hard because there's like, I'm like, oh, like, does this mean like also I can't have fucking coffee now? Like, is this on the list of shit I can't have?
Sends you to into a whole other spiral.
And like, I love Diet Coke, but I haven't been really allowing myself to buy them. And I'm like, that has caffeine in it too. So like, I don't drink like soda anymore.
Well, you could do the caffeine-free Diet Coke, but because I don't feel like the caffeine-free tastes too different.
No, I don't think so either. But it's like, when you go to like a takeout place and you want to just get like a drink, they don't usually have like caffeine free. You have to go to the supermarket or whatever. So yeah, I've just been, that's a hard one. That's a big goal. Good job.
Yeah. Well, number 6, what is one problem I had today and how did I solve it?
I haven't had too many problems today. I would say a problem in general.
It's hard, right? These are hard questions.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had a problem. I think I noticed a couple things that have been bothering me, work related. And I think that I'm just getting closer and closer to realizing that I'm going to have a conversation with somebody.
Me too. I would say that that's exactly the same. I'm exactly on the same page.
Okay.
Maybe that will happen tomorrow. Maybe that will happen tomorrow. Maybe it will happen next week. I don't know. But I have
solving the problem is a goal for another day.
Yes.
So look at us.
I haven't solved it,
goals.
but I'm aware of it and I have a plan.
Exactly. That's half the battle.
Yes. Okay. What's one coping skill that you learned today?
I don't know.
I mean, it sounds like you coped in a healthy way with your coffee sitch.
That's true. Instead of freaking out, I almost just reordered. And then I was like, no, let's figure this out together by yourself. Yeah, that's great. Let's say that. And I've discussed with my coworker ways of fixing the other problem. But again, I haven't done it yet. I just like to think things through first before going ahead and doing them. And,
I think a coping mechanism that I've been having lately is, am I reacting to this emotionally? Like I've been trying to separate, when I get a strong feeling or I want to fix something or I'm uncomfortable about something, I'm always like, okay. And I know this is silly to ask, but I'm like, am I on my period? Is my period coming? Like, why am I feeling very short-circuited?
It's not weird. Yeah, I don't think that's I think that's rational. You're being rational.
I'm like, am I just making, am I in a heightened state, biologically? And then I'm like, okay, if I'm able to kind of reason, no, this is actually a problem. This isn't a moment to moment thing. Kate, in her head feeling things. Then I'm like, okay. And I think that's relatively new because I think before I would just encounter a problem and reach a 10 emotionally and be like, oh, I have to fix this immediately. And now I'm like, wait. We don't necessarily have to fix this right in this minute, but let's observe the rest of the facts that we're being told.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I think that I'm learning to, okay, not everything. Okay, just like I said with the buying a plane ticket home. It's it's not something that can be done right now, so you're gonna have to wait. So learning patience, having patience.
I'll worry about that when I need to worry about that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I definitely worry about things when I shouldn't. So
yes, me too. And I like to solve problems in every aspect of the way they could be solved. And I'm like, sometimes it's just a waste of time. Why don't you just deal with it when you get there, Depending on the problem, of course, but
yeah, you have to find that happy medium of avoidance.
Yes.
And just not stressing yourself out. It's, you gotta walk that line. Okay. Number 8. What's one problem behavior that I challenged today? And how did I challenge it? What is one problem behavior that I challenged today? That's hard. I don't know. These are so
problem
deep.
Behavior. Trying to think of a problem behavior.
Do you think that these are more for people in early recovery, these questions? It sounds like it to me. I feel
maybe.
If we were
they're good
30,
they're good little check-ins, but I'm like, goals every single day? Fuck.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I feel like these are great questions to ask yourself if you're in baby sobriety.
Yeah. I mean, I think it brings awareness overall,
No, it's great. But I feel like it's even more useful for people that are setting those short-term goals and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's maybe when you are still doing things oh, I went to a bar with my friends or who knows.
One problem behavior, I guess, that I challenged was, so I had to go to the doctor on Friday and I got into our car and I've never driven it before, the new car that TJ got. I got in and there was barely any gas in it. And then I started to get on the road. And I was in traffic for an hour and a half trying to get this fucking doctor appointment. And I was livid that I was going to run out of gas. And then I was I don't even know what.
That's terrifying.
The whole thing. So I texted him and I just said, hey, it would be cool if I drove the one time that I drive the car, there was more gas than this. And I like sent him a picture and I was like, I know that that was like a little passive aggressive, but also I was really mad. And I was like afraid of what else I might have said. And
was this you snapping at TJ?
Yeah. And then no, I mean, I snapped at him again today about something else. But,
oh, this was not today.
Yeah, this was just Friday. And I then went home and I was still like frustrated, but I wasn't mad at him anymore. Like, I think the thing that I've like challenged with when I'm mad at someone about something, I let it just be about that thing. And once we address it, I really do try to drop it, because it's like, there's no sense in being mad about how much gas was in the gas tank all weekend. Like, that's silly. I just put gas in the gas tank and we moved on. And I think the other thing is like,
in 5 years, no.
Right. But I think the other thing that's important is before I would also be mad and have not said anything. So I think it's important for me personally, because it's like oftentimes I don't say something when something's wrong and then I'll hold on to it. So I've been trying to challenge those behaviors by like, actually, this isn't okay. Here's why. And then I really try not to hold it against that person moving forward. Like, I get mad and I'm fiery in an instant and then I'm like, okay, like we're over it and everything's fine now.
That's good. Yeah.
What about you?
I'm trying to, I mean, this wasn't today, but it was like yesterday. What's one problem behavior that I challenged today and how do I challenge it? So yesterday, I have the ability to completely blow things up in my head and freak out and get major anxiety. And I got a text message from Cameron yesterday while I was in the middle of a tattoo, and it said, "Hey, when you get a chance, can you call me?"
Oh no.
And right. So my stomach immediately sank. I immediately was anxious. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what was our last interaction? What could I have done? Did anything weird happen on Insta? Like, I did all of the thing in my head. And then it's funny. And then she wrote, like, I looked over at my phone again because she had another text message and she's like, "Nothing's bad. Nothing's wrong. I just like want to hear your voice."
Oh yeah.
So then I was immediately felt better. However, then I texted her. I'm like, "I'm sorry, I can't call you right now. I was running like an hour behind." I'm like, "I'm running really far behind." Then I was like, "Is everything okay? Are you good?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, I just got in my head about the past, but don't worry. I think it's just my period." Right. And she's like, "I think it's just my period depression." But the point is, I did call her when I was able to. And I was like, "Well, what's going on? What are you talking about the past?" And she was like, No, it's not even worth mentioning. I'm just like on my period and like my mind's going crazy. I just miss you and all this stuff. So I dropped it. When in the past I would pry and be like, "Well, no, like I want to know like what." And so I'm challenging myself to go outside of my normal reactions. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's not worth mentioning. Yeah. So it's hard, and that it really is a challenge, but that was me exhibiting self-control and challenging myself, I guess. But that was yesterday, but that still counts. All right.
Okay. Did you learn any new triggers for me today? What? Did you learn about any new triggers today? What were they? Today? No.
I don't really think I wasn't triggered today. No.
I have learned about something that has triggered me recently. So like a month ago, I had texted TJ and I said, let's start lifting weights. Like, let's do it together. Cause I was thinking like that we could keep each other motivated. And he said like, "Oh, I don't think that we need to do all that. Like, we can just like lift some kettlebells in our backyard." Cause I was like, we can get a gym membership. And it triggered me like immensely. Cause I was like, oh, he doesn't think it's important. Like, and then I started thinking about why I was excited to do it with him in the first place. And I realized about myself that I really genuinely look forward to like the planning and the strategy and the goal setting of like, let's plan to, and like researching and like preparing. And I like to do all of that stuff. So that's how I get excited about things. And he's not like that. And I realized that I was just triggered by like his lack of enthusiasm when I was like, "No, but we can research like back and buys and like when to do legs and like how much weight you should be lifting and like write it all down and like do weigh-in progress pictures and like all these things." And I realized like he might not be like excited about that. And I just have to like channel that on my own or with other people that want to do that, because that's something that keeps me motivated, is to plan
You're
and prep
a planner.
and like collect data, and he's not like that. And so that's definitely something I've learned recently. And I was like, oh, we're just
like
different.
That too. I know, but it's just like when it affects you, like, I mean, yes, it's nice just like acknowledging, oh, we're just different. But then it's also like, for example, okay, we have a day off. I'm like next week, like, why don't we like, hey, do you want to like go up to Beacon, New York or something? And then Cameron's just like, well, let's just figure it out the morning. Like, let's just like, she doesn't like to plan things.
Right.
Because I'm a weird stickler to sticking to plans, which is weird because I also like to cancel plans. But I'm just saying, like, in my head, it's like, okay, well, we're doing this on Wednesday, then that's what's happening Wednesday. And then
I love that about you,
like,
though, because I'm a total flake about things like that. And you like always do more than me because you like set it out, you fucking put it out there and you do it.
I don't know. It's a weird thing. But then I'm just like, okay, well, I hate like not being able to like plan ahead. Like, well, if I, like one day I had mentioned going upstate or whatever. And then she was like, yeah, let's do it. And then I'm like, well, now we didn't plan ahead. So now we're going to sit in traffic for an hour. She had kept like mentioning actually wanting to go to your house, your Airbnb. And I was like, okay, yeah, we can do that. But then she was saying that. And then after like the third time of her saying that, I'm like, okay, well, like, let me see. I'm like, well, guess what? She's booked out. And then on the days that she's not, we have shit going on. So we can't like, just tell me like, this could have all been avoided. Like, just being different, I guess. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Last question. What are you grateful for today?
I'm like so underwhelmed by gratitude sometimes, which is probably not the right response.
Kate Xander, I am so underwhelmed by gratitude.
I mean, I'm grateful for everything that I have in my life. Particularly today, I'm grateful I'm not at fucking work right now.
Fair enough.
I'm grateful I'm talking to you. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm grateful for my work. I had really cool clients today. And one of them even brought me a present. And that was so sweet. And that actually made me feel really grateful. All my clients today were really cool. And because we don't see our friends all the time and stuff, it's really nice to be able to connect with people. Having like a decent human connection and just like be yourself and not have to be on. And I didn't feel like I had to be on with any of my clients today. And
that's great.
Grateful for that. So these are good questions.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Thanks for thinking of that. I enjoyed it. It wasn't too deep.
It wasn't too hard. And once again, that is from soundrecoverycenters.com. I just had Googled like recovery questions and those came up.
Nice.
So what are you grateful for today, squad?
All right. Well, until we meet again, my friend.
Be nice to yourself.
Do not forget. Hangovers
suck.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. Every review helps other listeners find us. Music by Dead Go West. Art by Kate Xander. For show notes and resources, check out seltzersquad.com.